that I could stay. Wish for this moment to never go away. But it's all in my mind, and though I know that there is nothing to find, you're a beautiful sight in the summer night. And you can't put up a fight in the misty light. While you roam in the streets all alone, all you can see, thinking about what your life came to be. You're a beautiful sight in the summer night, and you can't put up a fight in the misty light. Another day, like the mothers of Brazil find their way. We're all on our own, but you're the most beautiful I've ever known. You're a beautiful sight in the summer night, and you can't put up a fight in the misty light.
Brand new street and brand new me, side by side, my friends I need. Don't you tell me that you're in town, I already know, couple days ago. Hey, now that our names are written in stone, let's be honest, sounds like home. Still I'm here alone and I'm calling your phone. I wish I could wipe my own memory out. I wish I could dream about somebody else. I wish I could talk when the silence so loud. I wish, oh I wish. I wish I could wipe my own memory out. I wish I could do something that will make sense. I wish I would know what you're thinking about. I wish I could wipe my own memory out. I would die if I saw you now. Dreams might turn smile, your style so fly. My, oh my. As time stood still, I got the urge to steal a kiss, and so I did. Now I'm embarrassed, but just a little bit. Oh, there must be gold on those lips and honey on those fingertips. Can you imagine us two out in the woods in a big old house? We'd pass our days on clouds floating around. Oh, since I met you, I feel unbreakable. Oh, I can take it all. Wish me good luck, give me the courage to ask for more. Oh, there must be gold on those lips and honey on those fingertips. Oh, we could be birds discovering the world, the best ones they've ever heard about. Oh, there must be gold on those lips and honey on those fingertips. I promise you, promise you. Oh, there must be gold on those lips and honey on those fingertips. I promise you, promise you. I wanna jump around when I think about yesterday. Your smile, your style so fly. My, oh my. As time stood still, I got the urge to steal a kiss, and so I did. Now I'm embarrassed, but just a little bit.